two number adds up to 20 and their product is 44. Most of students jump into substitution and get stuck. But today I will show you 3 ways to crack it, including the symmetry trick that solve it instantly. So let's start with the method 1, that is quadratic using Vieta's idea. This says that think of x and y as the root of the quadratic. So x plus y is equal to 20 become quadratic root as alpha and beta, alpha plus beta, and xy is equal to 44 which become alpha beta. So the equation formed using sum of the root and product of the root is like t square minus of alpha plus beta t and plus of alpha beta. So using x plus y and xy, our equation will form t square minus of 20t and plus of 44. Now to get to our value of x and y, we need to solve this quadratic equation. So let's first find discriminant, which says delta is equal to b square minus of 4ac. So our b is minus of 20. So minus 20 square and minus of 4 times a is 1 and c is our 44. This gives 20 minus 20 square is 400 and minus of 44 times 4 it gives 176. So our discriminant is equal to 400 minus 176, which is 224, which can be written as 16 times 14. Now as our discriminant is positive, so two real roots are possible. So let's get to our solution using t is equal to minus of b plus minus root of d, that is discriminant, over 2a. Now as we have seen, our value of b is minus of 20. Our value of b is minus of 20 and plus minus root of d is our 16 times 14 and whole over 2, and ai is our coefficient of a squaring term, which is nothing, so it is equal to 1, which simplifies to minus of minus 20 is 20 plus minus. Now root of a times root of b is same as root a times root b, so it equals to root of 16 times root of 14 over 2, and this root 16 converts to 4. So it gives t is equal to 20 plus minus 4 root 14 over 2, which on division by 2 gives t is equal to 10 plus minus 2 root 14. Does x is equal to 10 plus 2 root 14 and y is equal to 10 minus 2 root 14, or we can swap the value, that is y is equal to 10 minus 2 root 14 and 10 plus 2 root 14 and x is equal to 10 minus 2 root 14. Now let's solve this question using method 2, and after that we will come to Olympiad symmetry method. We solve this question instantly. So our method 2 is using x minus y square, using x minus y whole square. So this says that we are given the value of x plus y and xy. Can we find out the value of x minus y? The answer is yes, that is x minus y whole square is equal to x plus y whole square minus of 4xy. Are you sure that this question applies? So we can check. The expansion of x minus y whole square is x square plus y square and minus of 2ab. Now x plus y whole square minus of 4ab is x square plus y square plus 2ab and minus of 4ab. From here plus 2 and minus 4ab gives minus 2ab, which is x square plus y square minus of 2ab, and thus our value of this and this equals. So we can write it in that format. So it gives x minus y whole square is equal to our value of x plus y is given, that is 20, and whole square minus of 4 times xy is our 44. So this gives x minus y whole square is equal to 400 minus of 126, which is equal to 224. Now we need to find the value of x minus y. So taking a square root of on both sides, we get x minus y is equal to root of 16 times 14. Now this we are going to use exponentials, that says root of a dot b is equal to root a times root b. So it become x minus y is equal to root of 16 times root of 14, or x minus y is equal to root of 16 is 4, so 4 root 14. Now one major thing, as we are taking a square root on the both sides, so we are going to get here plus and minus, plus and minus, plus and minus, plus and minus. So we get x minus y is equal to plus minus 4 root of 14. So now we have two values, that is x minus y is equal to 4 root 14, and we have x plus y is equal to 20. This was our equation 1, and let it be equation number 3. So adding 1 and 3, 1 and 3, we get 2x is equal to 20 plus, let's consider the value of x and y, x minus y as plus 4 root 14 first. So 20 plus 4 root 14, or x is equal to 20, dividing both side by 2, x is equal to 10 plus 2 root 14. So if we got a value of x is equal to 10 plus 2 root 14, then the value of y will be, after putting this in our equation number either 1 or equation number 3, we get y is equal to 10 minus 2 root of 14. Now what if we had used value of here x minus y as negative minus 4 root 14, then we had got ax is equal to 10 minus 2 root 14 and y is equal to 10 plus 2 root of 14. So from both method 1 and 2 we have got the same solution. Now let's come to our Olympiad method, that is symmetry based, by which we can solve this in 20 seconds. Now finally we have come to our method 3, which is number theory angle or symmetry trick, and Olympiad students loves it. Olympiad students don't look at the number individually. They look at the relationship. The sum is 20 and the product is 44. And 44 is much smaller than 10 a square, that is 100. This tells them something important, that is if two number averages to 10, because our x plus y is equal to 20, then its average is equal to 10, and but their product is only 44, which is far below 100, then the number must be one above 10, one above 10, and one below 10 by the same amount. Why? Because when two numbers are symmetric around their average, like 10 plus d and 10 minus d is equal to 100 minus of d square. The product drops from 100 depending on how big d is. How big d is. So Olympiad student immediately said x is equal to 10 plus d and y is equal to 10 minus d. This is the symmetric shift trick. Now plug it into the product. So our value was x y is equal to 44. Now put this value of x and y here. So we get 10 plus d times of 10 minus d is equal to 44, or 100 minus of d square is equal to 44. On solving this, we get d square is equal to 56, or d square is equal to 4 times 14, and taking a square root both side, we get d is equal to plus minus of root 4 times root 14, that is we have separated using exponential rule that says root of a dot b is equal to root a dot root b, root a dot root b. So we get d is equal to plus minus 2 root of 14, and now you can see we have got the same answer as from our method 1 and method 2, uh, and this is much more faster. So what will be our values of x and y? So our value of x is will be 10 plus 2 root 40, and y will be 10 minus 2 root 14, or swapped. Now why Olympiad students love this method? Because here no quadratic equation needed to solve, no discriminant, no substitution, just symmetry plus one equation. And that's how you solve it a smart way. Normal method works, but the symmetry trick is what Olympiad students rely on. Follow logic and math for more elegant shortcuts.